Welcome back. We are live on Golf Central in the 14th hole. Risk reward at Quail Hollow. A couple different ways to play it.
Well, yeah, Ricky Fowler laid up to 148 yards. Unfortunately, laid up in the rough, and that's probably part of the complications he had in getting that ball close to this hole location today in the middle left of the green. Hideki Matsuyama also laid up. Now, he's 90 yards away, but he laid up in the rough. So I think it's important if you lay up, put the ball in the fairway. You're just hitting a hybrid or even an iron off this tee downhill. But there you can see Hideki would hit a great shot, but it would ultimately end up making par. He would not make that putt.
It was amazing how many guys missed the fairway with a layup today.
Well, I know, but he did not miss. Justin Rose, just some 50 yards away from this hole. He had a go at it. It was back into the wind today, and you can see that underrated pitching that I'm talking about. Now, he's playing with this guy, Adam Scott. Adam Scott, a couple yards closer. Adam Scott's got the same pitch. Nice release, no divot. Love everything about it. But this is what makes this golf hole such a wonderful short par 4. Yes, indeed.
Come on.
And they shave that. Yes.
That was 2 feet.
Anything that you miss left here will go into the water. And there's a hole location over on the front part of this green that the same thing. If you miss to the right, it's very easy to chip it in the water. And yeah, okay, this hole today, only 340-some yards. They don't have to be long to be hard. It averaged over par, just 39 birdies, no eagles today. But the one thing about these short par 4s late in tournaments, they give opportunities to put a 2 on the scorecard and change things up rapidly. I love the position of these short, drivable par 4s late in these tournaments, around 14 or 15. This one's perfectly placed at Quail Hollow Golf Club.
Aaron, you got to give Adam Scott one of those wedges.
I think he's doing just fine.
You got to keep that on the green. Our coverage of the Wells Fargo Championship continues tomorrow at 3:30 only on Golf Channel. Of course, it is always streaming on the Golf Live Extra app. I'll tell you who was streaming. It was Ricky Fowler at the 2012 Wells Fargo, dressed in orange, long hair. This is old school Ricky.
Well, this is Ricky learning from his mistakes maybe in 2010, not going for it in Phoenix, saying, you know what, I am good, and I'm going to show you how good I am. And this could be a precursor. He might have thought about this when this happened, Ryan.
Look, last year at the Players, just after he was voted the most overrated player, he answers those critics with this.
Overrated no more. You don't hit it right at that hole location.
No.
That is just amazing. Ricky Fowler, how he played that 17th hole, not only in the playoff, but in regulation.
So the countdown to the Players is on. That, of course, presented by Rolex, as we take a look at Ricky Fowler and his form heading into Wells Fargo this weekend, and then, of course, into the Players where he will defend next weekend. We should say in the last 10 years, the defending champion at the Players, since 2005, there have been no defending champs that have finished in the top 10 the following year. So with that said, Ricky not exactly in form, missing the cut at the Masters, a top 20 barely at New Orleans, and then a so-so round here. What is your expectation, Tripp, for the defending champ at TPC Sawgrass?
I think Ricky is going to play well next week. Now, is he going to win? Probably not. But I would never say never with Ricky Fowler, because he's got that ability to flip a switch and get things going in the right direction. Yeah, everything's not quite where it was last year at this moment, but Ricky Fowler also won, got to remember, after that Players Championship last year, not once but twice around the world. So, and he also did it in dramatic fashion at the Scottish Open, how he closed that out, similar to the Players Championship, but not quite the same. But look, Ricky's a wonderful putter. The iron game gets a little more consistent. Ricky's going to be part of the story.
I think so.
Leads the PGA Tour in all-around heading into this week, but then you think about all the expectation there was at the Masters, and he starts it with an 80 on day one.
Well, that's what worries me a little bit about Ricky, is the expectation. Now, granted, at the Masters, Ryan, we were here, we saw it. It was brutal, the conditions that we saw. We haven't seen conditions like that at Augusta National since 2007, and they were brutal for everybody, but Ricky definitely went out there, and I think he was my pick for the week. He was a lot of people's pick for the week, and he just didn't pull it off. Now, does that translate to how he's going to play next week? Absolutely not. It has no bearing, in my opinion, on how he's going to play next week at the Players Championship. However, there's a reason that I believe that it's very difficult to repeat at the Players, and one of the reasons is that I think the golf course, much like Augusta National, and why a lot of people haven't repeated at Augusta National, is it's asking you to be so perfect and precise, and when you're not perfect or as precise as you need to be, the scores can add up quickly, and I just think it's just tough. It's just a very difficult spot to be good year after year in. There's no formula for it, really.
No doubt, and such a demanding golf course. And really, if you even think about last year and his win, he was kind of off the radar. Yeah. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and the first 9 holes of Sunday. It wasn't until he caught absolute fire when bonkers on the back 9 Sunday, flew up the leaderboard, gets in a playoff, and then obviously did what he did, which is go on and win the Players' Championship. All right, still to come here on Golf Central. We check in with Michelle Wie as she would do something today that hasn't happened a whole lot in 2016. We'll explain.